So, folks, this dish is really easy. I mean, I always find things easy because I guess I'm a cook, but it's really it's not that hard. Once you got all the ingredients and you put the ingredients in there into that big pot, you just let it do itself. Okay, so you cover it up and let the magic work. That's all it is basically, and just like rice, don't people tend to put rice in there and keep taking the cover off and checking it. Keep the cover on into the rice, the water evaporates, and then you can mix the rice. The biggest mistake is that people start mixing the rice ahead of time, and that's where you get mushy, nasty rice. What the hell they call it, mogoyao? That's what they call it. I don't know what it is, but that's what it turns out to. It's mushy rice. So and it depends what pot you cook it in. It also, I'm using an aluminum pot, caldero they call it, whatever it is. So I'm using that, and basically that's it. So my chicken is, the water's starting to boil a little bit. Okay, and once it starts to boil and heat up and everything's in there, I'm gonna taste the juice in there, the gravy, and see how good it tastes. And then we'll see what happens. Okay, so I got my pot here with the rice, and the rice is boiling, or the water's boiling, and I'm going to throw the rice in there. I'm going to throw the rice in there, like so. I'm going to mix it around. If I can find my spoon. A lot of noise in this kitchen today. Hey, here you go. So I'm going to mix this around, and that's it. I'm just going to let this boil. I'm going to bring it to another boil, and when it boils again, then I'm going to put the cover on, and I'm going to lower the flame, and I'm going to let the simmer. So, what are you doing? You can see it there. You can see the. Oh my God. Yes, you can. Getting me dizzy, right? Anyway, folks. So my rice water is boiling. So I boiled it once. I threw the rice in there, and it's starting to boil again. So now I'm going to let it boil for maybe a minute or two, and then I'm going to put the pot on it, lower the flame, and let it simmer in there until all that water evaporates, and that'll be my rice. And big pot, huh? Yep. Okay. So I'm lowering my flame now. And okay. So I'm not gonna be opening the pot and checking. The rice not going anywhere. It's in there, so you don't have to keep checking on it. Put the cover on tightly, lower the flame, and let it simmer and do its trick. And so is the chicken also. So folks, my chicken is starting to boil, and so is my rice is starting to simmer. Ooh, it's getting hot. And there we go. I'm still learning how to use this tripod, so you gotta bear with me. It's going up and down all different directions. So, but basically, let's recap what I'm doing. I'm doing pollo guisado, which is a Latin dish, and I started out with well, I don't know. I don't know too much about measure, a pound or two. I don't know what it. But I cut up maybe about 10, 15 pieces of chicken, all thighs and legs, all mixed up pieces of chicken. I threw it into a big pot with a little bit of oil, just to cover the bottom. I threw chicken in there. I threw some garlic in there. I threw some salt. I threw some pepper. I threw some sazon. I used some beef broth, chicken broth. And I added some water to it. A lot of people don't like adding water to it because they say it comes out it looks like soup. It doesn't look like soup if you know what you're doing. And if you need to thicken up that gravy, just put in some cornstarch. That's the chef's secret. Then I threw in some potatoes, and I threw in some olives with capers and some red pimento, and that's going to be my pollo guisado. So it's in the pot now, and it's cooking. It's boiling in there. I'm going to put the potatoes in a little while, because you can't put the potatoes in right away, because they tend to cook faster, and then they fall apart, and then you can't find the potatoes, and it gets all mushy. So once it's halfway done, I throw in. I have about 4 small potatoes, and I cut them up and quartered them, and I'm going to throw them in there. And in my other pot, I have yellow rice, which I'm making. I'm making about servings for about four servings of rice because we like to have some leftover for tomorrow for Gilbert to take to lunch. So that's basically what it is. Pollo guisado with yellow rice, and that's today's dinner. Very simple, very easy. Believe me, it's easy. So bear with me. So folks, I'm gonna taste the gravy, the gravy in the chicken, and I mean, like I said, I don't really measure. It's by eye, and I put the salt and pepper and everything by eye. So let me just taste the gravy. I just took some of the gravy out of this. It looks like, okay, and I'm going to taste it. It's delicious. It's delicious. Nice and hot. Wash the spoon. It is delicious. Nothing else is needed. The right amount of salt, the right amount of pepper, the right amount of everything. It's perfect. I eyed everything and everything is perfect. So just let it simmer in there for, like I said, I don't know, I put it in there for 30, 40 minutes, more or less, 45 minutes, I don't know. But let it simmer in there. I just threw in the potatoes because I don't throw the potatoes in for the beginning because they'll get mushy and fall apart. So I just threw the potatoes in there, and everything's looking good. Let me see if I can bring you over to the pot here, and there we go, and we can see how it looks. So it's starting to boil, and the chicken is starting to. Okay, so I just threw the potatoes in there, and I'm just waiting for the chicken to get cooked in there. Later on, I'm going to thicken up this sauce is going to thicken up later on, and if not, I'm going to thicken it up myself. In here, I got my rice. I don't want to uncover it because it's still cooking. So yeah. So in a little while, I would say maybe another half hour, dinner will be served. So stay with me. So folks, there we go. Let's see over here. So my chicken is almost done. It's starting to, the gravy's starting to thicken up now. My rice is just perfect. And let me see if I can bring you over to my pot and show you the rice. Okay, let's go downstairs with this. There we go. There goes the pot of rice. Got a bad move me this. Okay, so I got my big pot of rice here. And look at that. Look at that rice in there. So nice. Okay, so very simple. Yellow rice. Okay. Low sodium too. I didn't put no salt in here. I used chicken broth added to the water, so it's kind of, low salt. Plus the gravy you're gonna put into the chicken and stuff on top of this is going to make up for the taste. So there goes my chicken, and you can see that the gravy is thickening up now. Okay. And you can leave that in. The more you simmer in there, the more it thickens up. So, okay. So, I like to put water in it. Some people don't. I don't know. It's up to you. Everybody cooks different. And I don't think there's a perfect way to do it. It's in the taste. It's in the taste. If it tastes good to you and it tastes good to your guest, then it's good, right? So, of course, some people are better cooks than others. What that mean? I study cooking, so I have a certificate actually of culinary studies. You didn't know that, right? Chef Jesse has an official certificate of culinary studies. So anyway, but most of it I learned it on my own. I did. I learned it on my own. I did research. I read. I watched people cooking. I watched my parents cooking. My father cooks as well as my mother. His brother cooked. His cousin cooked. My nephew cooks. It runs in the family, I guess. All the men. My nephew cooks. It runs in the men in the family. They all cooks. So yeah. So stay tuned because it's almost done. Okay, folks. So it looks pretty good. It really does. It looks. Well, let me see. Can't see my face there. Either you see the face, my face, or you see the food. I don't know. Anyway, folks, let's recap again. Okay, I started out with about 15 pieces of chicken. You know, all different kind of pieces. I got thighs in there. I got legs. I got some chicken wings in there. Everything. Some people take off the skin. I do sometimes. Today I left it on because it sort of gives the gravy a little bit of a flavoring. But you could take the skin; it comes right off because it's been simmering in there so much that the skin comes right off. So you don't have to eat the skin. Just it's the grease. You know, it's something about the skin that gives it a little bit of flavor. So that's just me. I don't know. But anyway, so I cooked it in there. I put a little bit of water just to cover the chicken up a little bit. Okay, a lot of people don't add water because the chicken lets out water, but not enough. I like a lot of gravy to save the gravy, you know, whatever, to help put it over the rice. So I put a little bit of water in there. I put a tomato sauce in there. I put salt. I put pepper. I put sazon to give it color, to give it a yellowish color. I used garlic powder. I used bay leaves. Bay leaves very important, gives it a nice flavor. And I put some potatoes in there. I put some olives in there, and some pimento and some capers. So I put everything together. Very simple. I put everything in the pot, and then I just turned it on and covered it up. And within, I don't know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, it is done. On the other pot, I have my rice, which you guys know how to make rice, right? Very simple. Just follow the instructions. Cover the rice up. Don't be checking it. The rice is not going anywhere, folks. There's nobody going to steal your rice. So stop uncovering it, because that's what makes it, you know, uncooked and mushy and everything. Don't disturb it. This one I covered up and I forgot all about it. Matter of fact, it almost forgot too much about it. But I made it just in time, so it looks nice and it's perfect rice. And what can I say? Just follow the instructions on the rice. Everybody cooks it different. I'm perfecting it now myself because I've never cooked rice that much. I'm not much of a rice eater. I know. I don't like rice, but I'm perfecting it little by little as I go. So you know, like I said, in my household here, we don't eat rice that much. I don't even know, when maybe 2-3 times a month, if that. So that's why. So I got my yellow rice in there. I like yellow rice. White rice is okay, but I don't know. It's I guess whatever you're eating it with. Anyway, folks, I am about to serve the dinner, and you're gonna see how it looks because it looks pretty good. So stay tuned. So anyway, let me show you how this chicken is looking. Nice and thick gravy. Okay, the potatoes, everything's in there. Everything's looking nice. Look at that. Okay, and like I said, you got the gravy in there, nice and thick. Because a piece of the skin came off. Okay, so this is done. I'm just letting it simmer, and my rice is done. And there goes my big pot of rice here. And I got about 3.25 cups of rice, which is gonna give me a good maybe 4 servings, hopefully. And it's just plain yellow rice. Sometimes I add something to it. I didn't add anything to it. You can add sometimes people, yellow rice. People put peas and carrots in it. People put olives in it. I don't know. I just made simple yellow rice. So that's my recipe. Okay, so it's almost done. Stay tuned because I'm going to bring it to the table. So stay tuned for that. Okay, folks, so like I said, I am going to start serving now the food, and I'll show you how it's done when I get it to the table, okay? I'm still working. I'm still playing around with this tripod, so you got to bear with me. Getting dizzy, I know. So, folks, the chicken is done, and I'm going to bring you over to the table now, and hopefully this tripod, which is kind of crazy, will work. And let me see if I can turn this around. Okay. There you go. So, let me show you the chicken right there. Okay. And let me show you how it looks. There you go. There you go. Okay, so that's the chicken, the rice, the yellow rice, the chicken, and that's what it looks like. And there goes my plate over here. I have just a little bit because as you cook, you lose your appetite. So that's one of the things about being a chef. I don't know about other chefs, but I lose my appetite. But that's what it looks like. Chicken Oh, where am I? Hey, there we go. So anyway, folks, thank you for being with me today. Another, that's my living room back there. And anyway, folks, thank you for being with me once again. And let me see, this tripod is driving me crazy because I don't know how to. I keep going in the wrong direction. Anyway, folks, thank you for being with me today, and thank you for liking my videos. I have so many fans. I have people who really tell me every day, "Oh, I wait for your cooking video. I wait for your cooking video," and I really appreciate that. Go to my YouTube YouTube. Go to my YouTube and give me likes, folks, because I have a lot of videos out there. They're not professional videos, but there are a lot of hints, and there's a lot of recipes, and there's a lot of humor in it, because I cook, with humor and love. That's what makes the food taste good, humor and love. So anyway, folks, if you really want to do something, you really want to cook it, you set your heart on it, it comes out okay, because you're cooking with love. That's what it is. That's my theory, okay? I always cook with love. I always cook, and if something goes wrong, I really get highly upset, because I really put a lot into the food. So it's just me, Chef Jesse. So anyway, folks, thank you very much for being with me every day and spending this moment with me. And I'm going to the table now because I got to go eat. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And tomorrow, I don't know what's going to be tomorrow. It's a surprise. Every day is a surprise. Hey, what do you want me to do? Love you guys, and stay safe. See you guys tomorrow.